Well, good morning, everybody. It is Heidi at Hen and Chick Studio in Conrad, Iowa. This is our store. Welcome. We're glad you are here this morning. I know many of you are going to be popping on here as we get going live. Please join us in the comments and tell us where you're watching from. I always love to know that I'm spreading creativity from coast to coast, and I love to hear where people are watching from. Now, we're going to be moving around a little bit today, so I might not be able to see all of those comments live, but I will absolutely go back and watch all of them afterwards. So please continue to comment and ask questions throughout today's video. But we're just really glad to have you here this morning. I sort of feel like we're not quite, I'll say, dressed yet. After a new year, of course, we take off the Christmas stuff and bring out the snowflakes and feel like that I'm going to say that the store samples change, the fabrics change, and it's sort of like after Christmas when you get new gifts, you're trying to find all the right places to put them. That's kind of where we're at. So the store is not just in tip-top, I'll say, decorated space, but by all means, it is full of inspiration, and we'll get there as the days go on. But I wasn't going to let it stop me from showing you and inspiring you with some of the new quilts and fabrics that we have. And it's a glorious sunny morning here in Iowa. So I absolutely wanted to take the opportunity to show off the store here in Conrad. Now, if you're new to Hen and Chick Studio and have never been here in person, we hope you'll come someday. But just remember that we are online. Everything that you're seeing in the store is available on our website. And of course, we're glad to help you over the phone, through email, whatever method it is for you, best for you to get what you need from Hen and Chick Studio. So there's a lot happening. Want to talk to you just a little bit about, I'll say, our year going on, but want to start by saying that we've just got, I think, a wonderful group of quilts. I'll step aside and let you just kind of look for a little bit at what you see here at Hen and Chick Studio. If you haven't been here before, we're an old building, about 130 years old, and it is long and narrow with very high ceilings. So it's an opportunity for us to be able to hang quilts. So I'm going to start to move the camera just a little bit. And good morning to all of you that are commenting. I love it. But I'm going to start to move the camera. I'll try not to make anybody dizzy. I left it on the stand so that I can hopefully set it down, position it. We can talk a little bit about some of the quilts, and then we can move on to the next section. So what you're looking at right now is kind of our flannel area at the moment, and we do move things around, but right now this is the flannel area. I'm going to step over here. This is one of our best-selling projects called Woolie's Picnic Quilt. It is Woolie's flannel, which is all Bonnie Sullivan Maywood flannels, and then the pattern is from Cluck Cluck Sew. That picnic pattern is great, whether it's in flannels or cotton. It goes in all sorts of different color options. If you haven't purchased that pattern, I would absolutely encourage you to do that. I am not clicking on anything this morning, but everything that I'm talking about is available on our website, and you can just go to the search field. If you can't find it other ways, give us a call. I'll be glad to help you. The quilt up on the top is a brand new kit called Wild One Kalinda. So when we name our projects, just so you kind of have an idea, Wild One is the name of the fabric collection. Kalinda is the name of the pattern. Fabric comes before pattern, F before P. Then we use the words quilt kit or fabric kit. If it is a quilt kit, it then has the pattern in with the fabric. If it is a fabric kit, then it is just the fabric and the pattern is sold separately. Okay, so that's just a little tip for how we name things. And I continue to see people coming on, so good morning, glad you're here. Another fun project that we have is the Woolies Flannel Tic-Tac-Hoo, just a fun quilt. Where the puppy is, there are also a duck and an owl. I have to think about that. So another great pattern for using flannel. I've actually put some patterns on the wall that I think are perfect for working with flannels too. Terry Atkinson's Texas Two-Step, nice big pieces, easy to work with. And what else do I have up there? Oh, and her Step Right Up pattern, which is strips. I think that's a great pattern as well. So that is kind of our flannel area. All right, and then we always keep our kits in our kit box as well as out on the floor. So some people just come straight here and just start pulling them out to see maybe that's what they want to purchase, because it's awfully fun to see all of the kits right here. And then again, of course, we try to keep them out with the kits as well. Above is a Songbook Zoe, and that is an adorable fabric collection from the Fancy That, and we just got a new collection in from them. We unboxed it last week, and you'll be seeing more. The girls were working with this collection over the holidays, and their quilt is stunning. Can't wait to show you that. I told them as soon as they get it done that I want to show that. All right, I'm going to continue to turn a little bit more. So up here, we've got our cash register, our checkout, and just a little bit of history. When I purchased the building, there were a lot of shelves on the walls that were not workable for keeping fabric upright. And so we dismantled all of that. But I felt it was important to keep that wood in the store. So I worked with a local woodworker, and he made our checkout stand, the bottom of this case, as well as the 3 cutting tables that we have in the store, all from wood that was in the store originally. So just a piece of trivia for you. All right, above here we've got Garden Society Cozy Cabin, which is a fun pattern. That Cozy Cabin pattern can look so different depending on what fabrics you choose, but it's, I think, an updated version of a log cabin. And then next to it, a little farther down, is Poppy's Patchwork Club, the Toy Sewing Machine. Now that is from a book that is called, and I'm going to keep all of our books over here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. That is from a book called Scrappiness is Happiness, and from It's So Emma. Great Lori Holt. And I'm so excited to tell you that we're going to be doing 2 of Lori Holt's sew-alongs this year. I'm going to be announcing those kits very, very soon. We'll have all the kits. She does the sew-along. We produce the kits so that you can buy it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But anyway, Scrappiness is Happiness is the book that the sewing machine comes out of. This book has like 32 patterns. Yeah, 32 scrappy quilts. It's $34.95. And when I look at a book like that, I'm like, oh, do I want it? That's an expensive book. It sounds expensive, right? I started putting a sticky note on every pattern that I would like. Yeah, I pretty much like them all. So well worth the money. You'll see a couple quilts here at Hen & Chick Studio based out of this book. So you'll definitely want to see that. Another thing that you can always find at our counter is information about things that are going on. So I just grabbed a couple of the things that we're currently putting in your bags or offering to you to take. One is just to remind you that join our creative community. If you have not joined our creative community on Facebook, it is a great opportunity to have some fun. We had a lot of fun during the 12 days of Christmas scavenger hunt. And share what you're doing with other people. I don't know about you, but I'm inspired by what you do, and I know other people are as well. Also, our feathered friends, today is the opening day. We're getting ready to, I'll say, charge and book and all of that for our feathered friends, but it's not too late to join in. So if that's something you've been thinking about, just sign up and we'll be glad to get you involved in our Feathered Friends Club. That's where we send you monthly inspiration based on whether you're a chick, a hen, or a rooster. All right, we've also got another handout just talking about several of the things that we're doing that are upcoming. One is the box step sew along. If you have not downloaded your free pattern, Go to hiddenchickstudio.com/boxstep. It is a great scrappy quilt, and I am so excited to tell you that on January 11th at 9 a.m., we will be going live with Kate Colleran. She's the designer of this pattern, and we're going to be discussing fabric and how we pick it for a project like this. No, it's going to be a great conversation. Free, just have to show up on Facebook, right? We'll tape it, so you'll be able to watch it afterwards if you have to go to work, okay? Then we've got public retreats coming up, Rule the Roost, and I'm not letting a little, there's discussion of snow next week. No way, it's going to bypass us. We're going to have a great retreat on the 8th and the 9th. And of course, then I've got a pop-up retreat for a weekend that is coming up January 19th, 20th, and 21st. But in all seriousness, if it snows, you know it's best to stay home and sew in your own sewing room and be safe, okay? All right, and then of course, in February, we're participating in the Cabin Fever bingo with a whole group of shops in Central Iowa. Very excited about that. And a bus tour coming up April 27th and 28th, the Picnic Basket Express. You'll want to sign up for that as well. So all of that kind of information can always be found right at our checkout counter. And again, if there's something that you're not finding when you're in the store, just ask us. We'll be glad to help. Okay, so let's do, before I go farther back, and I see Connie, I apologize that if I'm walking too far away from the camera, I will talk a little bit louder. Usually my voice carries quite well. So I've got a little frog in my throat, so I'll wet my whistle and see what I can do. Okay, let's talk about the corner up here that we've got. Down here, we've got Happiness Blooms, and a beautiful collection from Moda. We've got some fun fabrics from Poppy Cotton kind of thing. The quilts, let's talk about the quilts. The one up on top is Flower Farm Lavina's Diamonds. It is just a beautiful quilt. That pattern is from Perkins Dry Goods, and we've made that multiple times. And I just think it is a fun, scrappy pattern. And then down lower here, we've got the Carousel and Whirlwind. The fabric collection is Carousel by Sarah J. Maxwell, and Whirlwind is the pattern. Again, great graphic pattern. I think both of those would be perfect for some young girls out there. All right, I'm going to move a little bit this way, see what we can do. All right, we've got several new quilts over here. All right, and just let me adjust a little bit. Wet my whistle. Keep myself energized, right? Okay, so what I've got behind me here, I'm going to go over here so I can actually talk to you a little bit about. So the first quilt, I'm going to talk about this one right here. That is called Heyday Cheryl, and it is, so the fabric is called Heyday, and the pattern is Cheryl, 48 by 57 inches, great for a kid, has a farm theme. This is the hexagon fabric that is featured in, here we go, oops, got it upside down. This is the hexagon fabric, and I just think it is adorable, adorable, adorable. So many different things that you could do with the Heyday fabric collection. All right, above it, up here is Pier 41, Pier 44, and it is a scrappy pineapple quilt out of the book called Sunday Best Quilts. The book is out of circulation, but we do have copies here, and it uses the Creative Grids pineapple trim tool. Would not do this quilt without that. It keeps everything nice and square. So that is wonderful. And then below it, there in the middle, is Bunny Love. That is a really sweet and simple baby quilt. So many mothers and grandmothers are coming in looking for more muted tones. This is the peach version. There is also a blue version, so you can go to a little bit more blue look if you like. It's a panel in the middle. So we're talking about a very simple quilt that can get done quickly, and you can afford to give it away, as I like to say, because it's not taking days or months to do, but just a very nice, simple project, all right? And then farther here to the left, I'm gonna show you, so now we're looking at the quilt right there. That is called Whatever the Weather, All About Me. And what's interesting is the quilt right above it is also the pattern All About Me out of Cluck Cluck Bloom. That pattern is wonderful for larger prints. And when we pick, when you get a print like this, this is from Whatever the Weather, you don't want to chop this up because it's going to be, otherwise you're not going to get the beauty of the print. And so being able to put it in a pattern like that, that's a Terry Atkinson pattern, All About Me. Very versatile, very wonderful. Love it. So again, we have it in both the version on the bottom, which is Whatever the Weather, and then we have it in Cluck Cluck Bloom up at the top, which is a series of chickens and even some fried eggs. We don't have a ton of that collection left, but I'll show you just a couple pieces here I can show you. This is the collection that's Cluck Cluck Bloom. Has everything from fried eggs to flowers, chicken feet, and flowers. So there's some fun things there. Now, one of the projects that Stephanie is going to be bringing back, so Stephanie, one of our staff members, she does a lot of the piecing, and she is currently working on this beautiful Nancy Rink pattern called Constellation using the new fabric collection called Paper Petals. And I'll just show you a couple fat quarters so you can get the idea of what it is. It's just a beautiful, it's kind of black, tan, blue, gray. I'm going to just show you a few of the pieces there. Those are just a few of the pieces that are in the Paper Petals collection. That's a Marcus fabric collection. We do have the kit for the Constellation quilt. It's already on our website. Just know we just don't have the store sample yet. And then we also do have a fat quarter bundle of some of the remaining pieces that we had with that. So just a beautiful, a little more traditional looking quilt. I think it's one of those that is going to be able to live with you forever. Okay, we're going to try to make another move here and see if I can get a little closer to a couple of the projects down here. So again, I'm going to try to move slowly so you can kind of see what we've got. More kid fabrics there, more kids quilts. As we go by, we've got wonderful cut fat quarters because they're just like candy, right? We got to have those. We do have some wool and wonderful embroidery. You'll be hearing more about that soon because I've got a couple fun things that I'm doing there. And I'm going to take a step back here and see if we can get these two quilts. Those are both beautiful. I'll enjoy those for just a second. Okay, so what you see on the upper left is it's the fabrics are from Forget Me Not, which is from Cluck Cluck Sew. And then the pattern is Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And you might remember that Girls Just Want to Have Fun is the designer Lindsay Snyder that came to our store during the Donut Shop Hop, Yellow Umbrella Quilts. And she has got a fun, fresh look. And that is a pattern from her on the left. So we do have kits for that. On the right is just another great pattern called Beaded. And in this particular case, we've got Frankie. Now, I do not believe that they're currently on, but we're restocking the fabric kits on this. And there will be more fabric kits for this shortly because it is, again, a great quilt. So be watching for that. And then right here, kind of in front of me, I'll just twist just a little here, is our panel section. And I can't help but look at, you see this one hanging right here. This is the Stomp Stomp Roar backpack. And if you did not see the video that we did, I should say that Stacy did. It is an adorable, I'm not sure if I can grab it right. It is an adorable backpack, even with a zipper pouch, perfect for a little kid. Actually, I think there's some grown-ups that would really like this as well, but that is a great little panel. Panel is $14.99. You buy a zipper and you're ready to go. So that's a fun little project. All right, now if I turn this way, okay, so this is faceted, and you'll see another version of faceted real soon here too in Patriotic, but faceted in the Garden Society fabric collection, and just fun and springy as we get going towards spring. That will be really fun to have. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little twist again as we go around this way. I want to focus here for a second on all of our whole country caboodle kits and dogs, cat appliques. We have so many fun things from the whole country caboodle. So say, for example, you like this this pillow, but this isn't your cat. No problem. You can get a completely different different applique. I'm trying to walk around here and keep everything going, but you can get different dogs. So say you are a corgi lover, then you could get the corgi applique. And what's wonderful about these is that they're pre-cut and pre-fused. Leanne Anderson, the designer, and her daughter, Caitlin, just have a great sense of design. And again, we have a lot of dog and cats on our website. So it's certainly something that you would want to look at if that is something you're interested in. And also, we have an exclusive Joy journal. This is something that she did specifically for me because I love the word joy. So we have it in a springtime version as well as the Christmas version. Oh, here is and it comes in the journal. It comes in a mug rug, or you can even just buy just the Joy appliques by themselves. So certainly some good things there. Okay, now we're gonna spin a little bit. Okay, everybody hang tight. You can see our notions. That's looking towards the front door. Oh, great I Spy quilt up high. And we're gonna come back around. Again, this is kind of our notions area, but I wanted to show you the quilts that are up high, and the sun is coming in, so we just have to kind of go with the glare. Up here in the upper left-hand corner, that is fresh cut. That is a Marcus Fabrics as well. That is just a portion of the quilt. Those are the fabrics. We wanted to give people an idea of what it looks like. So the quilt kit actually makes an 83-inch quilt. Again, we just made a portion of it so that you could see how that fabric looks. I think it's just gorgeous. And then over here on the right are 2 3-yard quilts. I love the pattern at the top called Delight. I like it, kind of looks like it has windows of different pieces. That one is called Roses Are Red Delight. And then the one on the bottom is Gale Attraction. And a little brighter, fun, just great quilts that you can give and share with other people if you like the 3-yard quilts. The only thing that we do a little bit differently in the 3-yard quilts that we've started doing different is to add an extra ½ yard for binding. We do prefer 2.5-inch wide binding instead of 1.5-inch, and it's just our preference. So we do, you can look at most of the kits, but a lot of them do say that we have 3.5 yards in them. So that's something that you just read what we have to say on that. Okay, and then I'm gonna go, once again, we're gonna make another move. So again, bear with me. I'm gonna try to do a couple, let's see if we could do it this way. Try not to get the bright window. Okay. So I know this is a little unconventional, but again, sometimes it's fun to be able to see just what the store looks like. I hope we wet your whistle to want to come to Hen and Chick Studio. The project on the top is Practical Magic Happy Trails. That pattern Happy Trails is in that same book that I was talking about earlier, The Scrappiness is Happiness. And Practical Magic is a collection from Andover, Adidas Sitar, and just, again, beautiful, beautiful quilt. It's 64.5 by 80.5. And then down here, we are getting a little low. I'll have to restock again, but this is our collegiate area. So we do always keep Hawkeye, Cyclone, and Panther fabric. There's some back here. Panther fabric in stock as much as we can because we know all of you love all of our team, our college teams here in the state of Iowa. So that is happening there. Okay, now I'm going to make another trek. Remember earlier I said you were going to see faceted again? That is the faceted project in patriotic fabrics. And that is a great pattern again for getting a dramatic look when that quilt is hung out. Again, this one's a little bit more high contrast between the whites and the reds versus in the Garden Society, it was a little less contrast, but when you look at it from a distance, you certainly still see the pattern. And below it is our Great American Summer Fringe. So it's great. Stateside polka dot pie crust from Let's Do Lunch is hanging on the door. I think there's like 1 kit or 2 kits left of that because it's a great pattern. So wonderful, wonderful stuff there. Sitting here on the floor in front, I have just got it. We unboxed this last week, but this is the collection called Woodland Wildflowers. And just loving this particular collection, again, from that Fancy That design and Moda. We've got a great kit that will be coming out with that. We worked so hard yesterday on Kim Deal that we didn't even get to this. So maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Sometimes we just have to be patient, right? So that is what is happening back here with some patriotic. And I guess I missed a couple quilts. I'll just turn back just a little bit here so that you can see Simplify Amelia. This is Natural French Braid. We've got Sunshine by Jason Yenter. Last kit available for that. That has been just a beautiful, beautiful quilt. And it's called the Sunshine BOM, Block of the Month. And it is the last kit of that. Okay, then a little bit more of our store. We're getting back to the back side. This is our cuddle area. And we do try to keep in a variety of cuddles. I ordered quite a few before Christmas, thinking that it would fill the space, and I have a big empty space, so we'll be ordering more. But we do try to keep, and the sun is coming in here beautifully, we do try to keep all the C390s in as much as we can, in a whole rainbow of colors. You can't go wrong without a little cow. And we've got polka dots now. There's kids stuff, pastels, and then of course the luxe throws, the luxe pieces that are 60-inch wide. So a lot of options for you there. And then I'm going to flip the camera this direction. And on this wall, everything you see over here is 108s. So you can know that we have, again, we try to keep a nice rainbow of 108s. I'm going to say, sold this one the minute I showed it last week. Let's see if anybody buys it today. This is a new Kim Deal wide back called Sunwashed Romance. And it is great. I believe WB 312. I believe it is on, it says the word beige is the first thing that's in the list on the description. But it is a great wide back as well. And then all that's left over here is our offices, if you haven't been there. And back here is our long arm. So we do rent out our long arm. We do not do long arming services for other people. We teach you how to use it so that you can come in and make it your project. I'm going to grab my computer real quick, make sure there aren't any last minute questions that you have. That is, as far as I'm going today, I will not haul the camera today upstairs, but above us is our retreat center. And we do have a fully equipped retreat center for you to come, and whether that's a public retreat or a private retreat, as I mentioned earlier when we were talking about Rule the Roost and our pop-up retreat. But of course, we certainly can help accommodate your group to have a weekend or a day, whatever it is, of fun. So that certainly is good there too. So I hope you've kind of enjoyed this little Wednesday morning tour of Hen and Chick Studio. Again, there's always stuff for us to be doing. We're going to be moving the Kim Deal fabrics around. We're going to be cutting Woodland Christmas. We've got feathered friends happening. There is always something going on, and we love it because it just means that we're helping you be creative, and that brings joy to my heart. So, and here we go. As I say, if you've got questions, this is a great time to ask them. Dorothy is asking, are your Woolies fabric 100% cotton flannel? Yes. The Woolies collection from Maywood is 100% cotton flannel, and I love it. It is just a great collection. So Bonnie just does a nice job with those, and some people describe it that it looks like wool. I definitely think it has depth to it in the design. It's just very, very warm and cozy, and I think that's why it looks so good in the picnic pattern. It would look good in any pattern for that matter. And Carolyn, thank you for your comments. Again, I love being able to share Hen and Chick Studio with you. And if there is anything that we can do to help you be more creative, we certainly ask you to ask us. And Linda is asking, did I say Woodland Christmas? I'm sorry, it's Woodland Wildflowers. Brand new. I just got it in the system. Woodland Wildflowers is the name of the pretty fabric that I pulled up there just a minute ago that I said we haven't even gotten out because we just have a lot of fabric to cut right now. So great. Love it. Love that you can come and visit, to all of you. Enjoy coming to Hen and Chick Studio. I will be doing lives, hopefully interspersed. I'm going to try to do one every Wednesday morning at 9, but always be flexible with me and know that if I can't do it, it's because I got something else happening, but I will be on here live at different times. I don't text every time that I go live because I don't want to annoy anybody. I try to text when it's a bigger video, but if you aren't getting a text message and would like to get one, send us an email at info@henandchickstudio.com. Stacy will make sure you get signed up so you get those text messages and know when we do go live. All right, well, I've got things to get ready today. Got to get our feathered friends going. So I had better get back to work. Hope you have a great day. And until the next time, be creative.